So clearly there's some benefits, but of course there must be some challenges as well. Otherwise, this would all just take care of itself. But before we consider those challenges specific to India, let's consider a moment more generically and more globally how these challenges play out. Certainly finance is a big part of it. These are new assets that have to find support from commercial banks, equity providers, and there's been a certain lag in the system in which independent power producers who are providing these assets have been able to find finance at attractive rates. Clearly there is some point of market education. It has taken a long time for people to see that this would be a viable option, given that the default option is simply to buy from the utility. And finally, some of these concepts around risk management deeply interact with what is the right role for a utility. And different countries around the world have different approaches. Some continuing to see those as state-owned enterprises and purely as a public good, others with a more liberal agenda in which electricity has become a traded commodity just like any other. Clearly, one of the most critical challenges is around regulation, whether the policies of states and countries allow for this activity to happen and what kind of charges are placed on the privatization, essentially, of trade between suppliers and buyers. India is probably a prime example of how a very complex patchwork of regulations at the state and central level can combine to create a lot of complexity and difficulty for those that are seeking to pursue the benefits of corporate renewables procurement.